What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Today I'm super excited because we are going to be talking about the foundation that every single person has been talking about. Oh my goodness gracious. I have not seen this much hype over a foundation in a very long time. I finally found it. This is the KVD Vegan Beauty Good Apple Skin Perfecting Foundation Balm. I had to go to 3 different stores to find this because it's sold out like literally everywhere, but finally got my hands on it, and we are going to do a full day wear test today, first impressions review, all of that together. This went like viral on TikTok and has been blowing up ever since, and apparently it's supposed to be amazing for normal to dry skin, which is what my skin is. So I am really excited and cannot wait to test this out today. We're gonna wear it all day long and see if she's worth the money or not. So make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and click the little bell right next to the subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future uploads. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, I went and zoomed you guys in so you can really see the skin up close. I did already go ahead and prime my skin. I used the L'Oreal True Match Lumique Lotion. I love this. So skin is already primed. So this is retailing for $38. You can find it both in-store at Sephora and Ulta, I believe, as well as online. Again, I did have to go to 3 different stores to get it, but hopefully if you search around your local area, you should be able to find it. There are 40 different shades, and I'm gonna read you guys like the exact claims on the website. It says it's a buildable, full coverage, hydrating foundation balm with a lightweight, long wear formula and a fresh matte finish. Okay, that's interesting. So I actually didn't realize that the finish was matte, because I feel like I've seen so many people talk about how it's great for dry skin, but just because you have dry skin does not mean that you can't use a matte foundation. A lot of my favorite foundations are a matte finish, so that's definitely interesting, but it does say that it's supposed to nourish the skin and hydrate the skin. So I'm very interested to see how this works and if it performs up to the hype. I mean, goodness gracious, because everyone is chatting about it. So I got shade medium 42. Now again, I couldn't find this literally anywhere, and so this was the only one that I could find that was as close as possible, like in the medium range, that was going to match me. Everywhere else was pretty much sold out of everything besides shades that were 1000% not gonna match me. So I can already tell this is probably gonna be a little dark, but I think we'll be able to make the shade work with concealer, powder, all that, because I'm gonna do my whole makeup like I normally would and wear it throughout the whole day. So don't freak out over the shade. I think we will be able to make it work, but it does look, it looks a little dark. But I am self-tan. My face is always lighter than the rest of my body is, because I don't self-tan my face. So as far as packaging goes, I do think it's really cute. It kind of looks like a little compact mirror or something, and then you open it up and it's just the foundation balm right on in there. So in almost every video that I've seen, people use a brush to apply this. So that is how I am gonna do it, even though I typically use beauty sponges. With cream products like this, I think a brush is the way to go. So I'm just gonna use this little kabuki brush from Tarte, get some on there. Oh, this actually shade might be a lot better than I thought. It's actually not really that, I feel like it looks a little bit darker in the pan than it does on the skin, so that's good for us. It should match better than I expected. Definitely giving a good coverage, because I really didn't like dip my brush in too much. Wow, I mean, this coverage is like pretty crazy, especially because I'm really not using a lot of it. The more I apply it, though, the color is not perfect, but again, stay with me. We're gonna be able to make it work, don't worry. And it like glides on the skin really nice. I feel like sometimes cream foundations can be like difficult to blend out. This blends really easily, so that I actually really like. Definitely interested to see though how it wears throughout the day. Bringing it down the neck as well to try and blend. I know KVD just recently like completely rebranded and stuff, so I'm definitely really interested to see, because prior I never really found a product from them that I like loved. I always thought their stuff was like all right, but it was nothing was like groundbreaking to me. Like they didn't make any of my favorite must-have products, but definitely interested in this foundation because so far, I mean, we are as full coverage gets, I think. And does feel very comfortable on my skin. I'm a little bit scared that it's gonna settle, like crease, because I feel like any other cream foundation that I've tried in the past, like most of them do settle and crease more than like liquids do. So we'll definitely keep a watch on that throughout the day, but it blended out really easily and covered up everything. Like I had some blemishes on my chin, a blemish over here, and they're gone, you know what I mean? So I don't need to put any concealer on any area of my face aside from underneath my eyes. So that coverage is definitely there. And I really didn't use too much of, you know, the product. I just dipped it in there, I think maybe 2 or 3 times. It doesn't feel like heavy or anything on the skin, and it's not really tacky at all. It actually sets down like pretty nicely, which is nice as well. I am gonna set it with a powder. I'll just show you guys what I'm doing for the rest of my complexion so you know. For concealer, I'm gonna jump in with Tarte Shape Tape. I have light medium here, and I'm gonna pop that on the under eyes just to conceal those out, but I do not have to spot conceal anything on the rest of my face, which is nice. I am gonna bring a little bit of this though down in the center just to highlight that area because I go in with a lighter concealer, but don't need to spot conceal like blemishes or anything. Just gonna blend that out with a beauty sponge. I also should note with this foundation, for the finish, I definitely wouldn't say it's like super matte. I would say if anything demi matte or like natural finish. Like it kind of reminds me of the finish of Too Faced Born This Way. I don't really find it to be very matte, which is a good thing for me. I like more demi matte kind of foundations if I'm wearing a matte one. I'm definitely interested to see as well if this makes me break out, because I did see this tweet that's kind of going viral as well that's showing the amount of oil in the foundation. It was actually quite a bit, but again, it's formulated for more dry skin, so I understand of course why. I just find sometimes foundations with a lot of oil can make me break out, so we shall see about that. I'm gonna go ahead and set that down with Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana. Just gonna set down the areas that we concealed. Honestly, my complexion looks really nice. And then to set, I'm gonna go in with the Laura Mercier loose, translucent loose setting powder. I really like this. I use it all the time, so I'm familiar with how it works. I don't wanna try anything new with the new foundation. And I always set my foundations with powders. Very rarely do I not. So I want to, you know, use this foundation in the same way that I normally do to see how it works on my skin. I do have a lot of errands also that I need to run today, so I will be out and about. So we'll see if it's mask proof as well, because I will not be touching up the foundation or anything at all day. So it's gonna ride it out with me and we'll see. All right, I think we are good to go on Complexion. So I am gonna wear this all day long. I will do check-ins with you guys periodically throughout the day. It is just after 10:30. It's 10:37 a.m. right now. So I plan to wear this for at least 12 hours. So we're gonna put it to the test, see if it's long wearing, see if it's mask proof, see how it lasts on the skin, and if it's worth the money. So far, I do really like it. I think it looks very nice on the skin and was very easy to blend out, and love the full coverage of it. So I will check in and see you guys in a couple of hours. What's up, you guys? So we are back for our first check-in. Normally I like to do a check-in in like natural daylight. So I've been waiting all day for the sun to come out. It's been pouring all day long and it's 4 o'clock now. So I was like, okay, I need to just do the check-in because I don't think the sun is coming out today. I've been wearing the foundation for quite a while now. Honestly, I haven't done much though today. I've been just in the house all day. Not that I haven't done much. I've done a lot of stuff around the house, but I haven't gone out. So we haven't done the mask test or anything yet. So it hasn't been put under any extreme conditions, I wouldn't say, but it's wearing very well. I feel like it looks completely fine on my skin. It hasn't really significantly settled. It's a little bit in my little smile lines here, but nothing crazy. And overall, I still think it looks very nice on my skin. I didn't see any crazy oxidation, like change in the color or anything. It's caking up slightly around my nose, but nothing crazy. Really, the biggest thing that I can say about this as far as con that I've seen so far, it does feel a little bit heavy on the skin. I think it feels lightweight, and that as you wear it a little bit throughout the day, like I could feel like I can almost feel like the oil in it maybe. So it does feel a little heavy on the skin, and obviously because it is so full coverage, like it's not like a your skin but better kind of foundation. Like you're quite obviously wearing makeup, you know what I mean? Which to me is totally fine, but I like to put that out there for people that just like a very natural foundation, something that's like your skin but better. Like this is too perfect, I feel like, to be someone's skin. So it is obvious that you're wearing makeup and it is a little bit heavy, but it's nothing crazy. I feel like it's wearing very well. But I am very interested to see, because tonight is when I'm going to get out and do those errands, and I am gonna work out as well. So I'm gonna be going to the gym. So we are gonna see how it is gonna last through those two things, and I will check in with you guys probably much later on tonight, like 10 p.m. or after, so we can see this basically on for a full 12 hours and how she lasts under some harsher conditions than just me sitting in my house. So I will see you guys later on tonight. Okay, I'm really putting this foundation to the test because it's pouring rain and I got my mask on. So we'll see if she lasts. So far, we're doing good. Oh my gosh, it's really raining. So we shall see. What's up, you guys? So I am back for my final check-in. It is 10:19 p.m. So I have worn this foundation now for just about 12 hours, and I have some thoughts that I want to share with you guys. So I feel like initially for most of the day it was wearing really well. It definitely did go downhill once I was out and I had to wear a mask and stuff. I would not consider this foundation to be mask proof. It definitely came off around my nose, which is where the mask was sitting. The lower portion of my face though is completely fine. It's just really the nose where the mask was sitting that did come off, which honestly I've never found a foundation that doesn't really happen with, so I can't say that it's really an issue with this foundation specifically, because it honestly does it with most foundations. And it did come off a little bit on the sides, I guess, where the straps would have been on my face. I think it looks a little bit more because my blush was coming off as well, so there's like no pink or anything there. But overall on the rest of my face, I actually think it wore very well throughout the day. Obviously it doesn't look as amazing now as it did when I first applied it, but you can see on my forehead and around here, like it really didn't settle in into a lot of my fine lines, which was my biggest concern. Especially with cream products, I feel like they settle a little bit more than usual and crack and crease, and it didn't do that, and it didn't emphasize my texture. I have a lot of texture in this area, and this foundation smoothed it over instead of emphasizing it like some do. So I really, really liked that. Skin feels hydrated. I do not feel dry. But two things that I did want to note, they're littler things, but I still think worth saying. If you see ever so slightly on my eyelids, my mascara transferred, like right here. You can see like little black strokes almost, which I've worn these lashes, this mascara, the concealer that I used, and the powder that I used a million times, and that has never happened. So it has to be the foundation. That's why I always like to try foundations out with products that I know how they work. So if you're gonna use this foundation, I would suggest just avoiding your eye area with it. There's really no need to put foundation on that area. I did do it, and then I went over it with my concealer. So I would say focus this on your face, and then just use your normal concealer on your eye area instead of the foundation itself. I don't think that it's best suited for there, just because I did get that transfer, which I don't love, and it's not something that I typically ever deal with. And the other thing that I noted is I had this blemish this morning, and it was not like as bad as it is now, but it's definitely like ready to burst now, which is probably TMI, but I thought was worth noting because I don't know if that means that this foundation is going to make me break out. I definitely need to wear it for a longer period of time to know that. Like, I like to try out foundations for like at least a week if that might be the culprit of a breakout. I did already have this blemish before I ever even tried the foundation, but it definitely made it like come to the surface. So I don't know if that has to do with the oil in the foundation or if it has nothing to do with the foundation at all. So I can definitely go back and edit the description box as time goes on. So if you're just watching this video right when I upload, I won't update it yet because I want to see as I wear this foundation for longer if it does make me break out because of the oil in it. But that was just one other thing that I noted, is this blemish definitely grew today. Overall, it is definitely a foundation that I will use again. I don't think that it's like my holy grail favorite foundation that I have ever tried, but I do think that it lasted well on my skin aside from where I had my mask. So if you're looking for a foundation to last underneath a mask for like 12 hours, this is not it. But if you know what foundation will last under a mask for a really long time, please sound off in the comments. I would love to hear. I would love to try them out. Let me know. I love the coverage that it gave to me. I love that it was super easy to blend out and that it kept my skin feeling hydrated throughout the day. So that I really did like. So let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think you're gonna get this foundation or do you think you're gonna skip on it? I would love to hear. I definitely do understand where the hype is coming from. Again, just because that coverage is like unparalleled. This is probably one of the most fullest coverage foundations I've ever used. And you all know I love a good full coverage foundation. So definitely let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye.